Alright, welcome everybody to the PCDC ACC League. I will be your director and commentator today. My name is Senna Stoffmail. And today we are here at a very wet Barcelona. So we are in Catalonia in Spain. The track features 16 turns, is 4.655 kilometers long or 2.892 miles long. The race format for today, we are looking at a 110-minute warm-up that has come to a close or is coming to a close. The drivers will be getting the driver's briefing right now. Then we will be heading into a 15-minute qualifying in about 3 or so minutes. And then we will have a 60-minute race on what looks to be a very tricky Barcelona today. We will have one mandatory pit stop with a tire change. And there will be a 10-minute pit window in the middle of the race. Before we look at the championship standings, we're going to take a quick look at the calendar. So today here, the 27th of February, we are in Barcelona. And we will have our 60-minute race. Then in about 2 weeks' time, we will have Kyalami up, and that's going to be an enduro. Then we will have Bathurst, and then Brands Hatch to round off the GT3 league, and Brands again will be a endurance round. Let's take a look at the championship standings now. So currently with 2 rounds gone by, we have Christian Duploy with 182 points in first place, with right behind him Ruben van den Hudding with 155. Then we have Alvarado, who put in quite a good showing last time around, and is in third, and is the class leader in silver. Then we have Justin Dijkstra also performing really well in fourth. Then Robbie Hawa and Danesi in fifth and sixth, teammates of course. Then we have Ryan Daniels in seventh with 110 points, Shane Thomas in eighth, 102. Marcus Lawrence with 100 points. Layson with 89 points. Chris Thornton in 11th, being the first AM with 68 points. Then we have Hilla with 61 points. In 13th, we have Peter Parnell with 59. Then Nergesh with 57. In 15th, we have Katsumi. Then we have De Boer in 16th. Wansink in 17th. Smith in 18th. Van Laar in 19th. 20th is Hughes, headed with 48 points in 21st. 22nd is Hurst. Then we have Rowley in 23rd. Ikonen in 24th. We move on. Wait. Oh yeah, it was correct. Sorry. I think. Or did I upload? Oh, there is a bit of a caveat here. Let me see if I can change that really quick for you guys. There we go. That's a bit better. I uploaded the wrong picture there. But Hack in 25th, Taylor in 26th, Hill in 27th, Oberlies in 28th, Harvey in 29th, Stempel in 30th, Venter in 31st, Erdmann in 32nd, 33rd is the Knecht, then Fonseca in 34th, 35th is Domi Person, then we have Mats Leenum Andersen, and then we move to, which again I will have to change here, there we go, is going to be Hadobas in 37th, Owen in 38th, 39th is Vozarik, and then we have 6 drivers that haven't scored any points yet, being Arnsban, Phillips, Rojovic, Wall, Rodriguez, Fierro, and Smelt. So with that bit of a hassle out of the way there with all those standings, I think we should be heading into qualifying here fairly soon. So can already go to our next screen here, I think. Oh no, we're still waiting for the session to skip over there. How is everybody doing today? Everybody having a good day? I think quite a lot of people that as well are busy probably with the The 12 hours of Bathurst on iRacing. It's good to see that we at least have a couple of people turning up to view. I'm just gonna switch the camera over already to the track here. Oh, there we go. That was timed perfectly. So, as we get into qualifying, everyone will be loading up their setup. And we will get into the qualifying session. So let's see who's out on track. We have Lucian Zamfarescu, who's out pretty quickly. Someone towards the front there. Not sure what that was, but Rowley maybe, nope. Who got out of the pit so quickly in the Bentley there? Marcus Lawrence perhaps? Nope. Not him either. Maybe it was Raz Daniels. No, he's still in the pit. Oh well. We'll, for now, follow Milan Hack on the outlap here. As you can see, the track is absolutely drenched. The weather prediction in the top right there is predicting heavy rain throughout qualifying here. And so it's not going to ease up here. The drivers will have to make do, but I do expect possibly towards the end of the qualifying session here, it'll probably be a bit faster for our drivers. Seeing as with quite a couple of cars running around here, 28 cars, we should see some of that water possibly clearing. We might see, you know, a slight dry line forming. Not going to be much, but it'll be something. I know the drivers will definitely notice the difference, I should say, on that line that is somewhat formed. But yeah, Huck here just coming around, one of our AM drivers. Even there on the outlap, the rear a bit shaky, but we'll see here how the McLarens fare in the wet. Huck ready to start his lap here. Let's see if we have a couple of other drivers. Colin Nayhoff, I think one of our newer drivers. I don't think I've seen that name in our league before, so it must be a debut race for Nayhoff, as he's already given the Ferrari a good slide there. Let's see here, as we have that. This must have been the first Bentley out then. Hughes. Nice South African flag there on that Bentley. I'm not sure if this is a custom livery or if this is a livery that's in the game. But regardless, it looks very nice. I like it. So coming through this middle sector here. Very tricky here. Make sure you don't take too much of that curb on that second part, because that can really throw you off. And then through that fast right-hander, which again is going to be tricky in the wet here, because that green stuff there, that runoff, the turf is going to be mighty slippery today. But Hughes looking pretty solid so far. Doesn't seem like he's had any big issues. Now coming into that very tricky and technical third sector. 90-degree right into this very slow chicane. And leads onto the straight. But Hughes, very tidy, coming through that last corner. And let's see if he is able to put a somewhat of a benchmark in. Gonna be a 1:53.3. Nice first time there for Hughes as Layson comes across the line there. But Airbrake immediately improving there, doing a 51.7 in the McLaren. So coming out strong in that first lap, Vincent Airbrake. I'm sure we will see some more improvements from him. And again, I think towards the end of this session is where we're going to see the fastest laps, because That's when the cars would have probably cleared a little bit of that rain away off of the dry line. Now some more people getting their times in. Zanferescu there with a 54.5. And let's take a look here. Up in 9th here is Milan Hak. So the car we were following out of the pits as the session started. Milan Hak currently grabbing that first spot in the AM category. So very well done there. Has about 3/10 to, actually has exactly 3/10 to Mark Boer. But obviously a wet race is not only about that single lap pace. We need to see some consistency from our drivers here today. We want Layson. Let's give the man a bit of airtime. There we go. See here, as I think he's a bit of a cooldown lap as he's about 4 seconds down. So let's see here. We might be able to get an onboard lap here with Layson. As you can see, the rain just pouring down on that windshield and no signs of letting up. Does have the is that I think the McLaren of Vincent Erbrink in front of him there. It does take a little bit of the curve. You can see it really unsettles the car there in turn 1. Then you have this long right-hander which really tests the downforce of the car, where the McLaren would be probably really strong. But there we go, Layson just a bit wide there and is gonna abort the lap. Probably try and get out as fast as possible to get some more laps in, get those tires up to pressure. Let's take another look at some of the improvements here. Rabi Hawa up in 9th, 1.3 seconds behind the leader. Meanwhile as well, Vincent Erbrink has put a 51.3 in. And Mats Linam Andersen actually in 2nd place there, splitting Vincent Erbrink and Marcus Lawrence for now. So Linam Andersen very nicely done there for now. And Hawa here coming through the last corner, looking at a very good improvement here. Let's see, a little bit of a shake there through that last corner. As he comes across the line, moves him up into P4, 7/10 behind the leader. The Nacy as well. There we go, teammate of Rabi Hawa, of course. The two AOSP fellas are doing good work here. And we see it time and time again, every race they compete in together. They are always very closely matched. So, perfect teammates, I would say. They tend to finish very close to each other every time as well. Meanwhile here, Marcus Lawrence in the Bentley, returning to his Season 1 car. Already quite a long time ago. He's 3/10 up at the moment, let's see. Has a good run through the line. It won't be enough for P1, but it is going to move him up into P2, about 2.5 tenths behind Linam Andersen, actually. 51.1. Very nicely done. Linam Andersen in pole for now. Provisional pole. So, wow, that's very unexpected, but Andersen extremely competitive at the moment. So, oh, that looks like a very funky McLaren there. It might be the weight saving that he's doing that is making him get these times. Yeah, that must be it. Well, interesting to say the least. He is in the pits for now. We will, looking here, Matic Hila, very good time there with a 51.9. He's gonna move up into 5th. Meanwhile, Jordan Wansink here in the Porsche has managed to put himself up into P3. Very nicely done. And is looking currently at an improvement so far. Might gain a couple of tenths. Hughes as well, looking at a good improvement here, going into sector 3. I think behind Erbrich there, as Vincent will surely try to get some more laps in here, trying to beat Andersen there. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Anderson is having, or in the previous races at least, has had some issues, some connection issues. Tends to lose connection sometimes. But Hughes moves up into 7th. Very nicely done there in the Bentley. And let's some more improvements here. Joshua Layson now on a very decent lap, and he'll be looking to piece this lap together here as he goes into the heavy braking zone and up to sector 3. Very tricky here, hits that curb. You gotta hit that, you gotta go over it to make a good time. So yeah, doing a good job here. One thing of note is that Layson today there has a new sponsor on his bonnet there, TVGS. If I'm not mistaken, this is some kind of YouTube channel that does some highlights and clips on sim racing, so definitely worth checking out, I guess. Because else I don't think he would have put that on his bonnet. But in the meanwhile, Layson 3/10 behind there of pole positions, a very nice lap for him. And he's looking to keep going here in the wet. Obviously, the wet tires, they can take some punishment. And he's just going to continue to try to put a better lap in here. Maybe the tires will be a bit more optimal this lap, and he can push just a tiny bit harder. But a very good job so far. Jaakko Ikonen with a new livery there, if I'm not mistaken. Very floral. I've noticed Jaakko has posted in the Discord a couple of times, and it seems that he very much enjoys very graphic heavy liveries, which shows on the car at the moment, but you know, looking very nice as he's coming through the last couple of bends here. Looking at about 2/10 so far. Let's see if the good exit here does anything for him. 1/10, bit wide there, tricky conditions. That is 13th for now. And let's see here. Mats Liam Anderson still in the pit there. I think still changing out his wheels or something. Tough to say, but we'll come back to that. Jesse Smith. Or Smith, maybe. Going through this last sector as well. Don't go too heavy on the curbs. Looking very nice there. Let's see what Jesse can do here. Very good exit there off of that last corner. As he runs up to the line, let's see, up into P13. Puts him second in the M category, just behind Huck. Very nicely done. Nothing changing so far at the front. So I do want to get a close look here at Vincent Erbrich. Ooh, was on for a good lap there. Maybe he invalidated it. I'm not sure, because he was 2/10 up there, or just about. But he's gonna try again with one more effort here. As the qualifying session is running or coming to an end, anyone that starts a lap now is gonna be on their last lap. So it's an all or nothing this time around. And in the meanwhile as well, something that kind of slipped through the nets there, the Nacy is gonna elect to stay in the pit, can't get another lap in, but has temporarily and hopefully permanently moved himself up into P3. So very nicely done there. Joshua Layson here looking at a very nice improvement. 3/10 up at the moment, so might be able to grab pole here off of Liam Anderson. Oh, and it's looking tidy. If he can hook this up, this is going to be very good for Layson. See, as he comes across the line, run up to the line here. Oh, he's going to grab pole. There we go, 51-0 there for Layson. Very nice lap. Overtakes Liam Anderson and goes into provisional pole. Someone else we are taking a look at now is gonna be Vincent Erbrich, as he's coming into the third sector here. Also looking at a big improvement. Looking pretty good here. Oh, Vincent might actually steal it here at the end. That is his specialty. Vincent, ooh, and actually pushes a tiny bit too hard, so that will see him end up in third for the qualifying session. What a shame. Marcus Lawrence here. One more lap for him. If anyone else is improving, Simon Vozarik in the Lambo. Not the most pleasant car if you don't have a good setup for the wet. Like any car, I imagine, but you know, the Lambo. Seems like he invalidated the lap. So he's just gonna take a bit of a rallycross line there. Yeah, let's see if anyone is still improving here. Jasper Smelt might be one of the cars that's still improving, as most of our guys are on their cooldown laps or returning to the pits. But Jasper here, up about 2/10. Looking good here, coming through that last sector. Let's see, can he keep it clean? It does look like it. Has he gotten a good exit? Loses a little bit of time there through that last corner. Let's see what he can do as he comes up to the line. Jumps up to P7, very nicely done. Then we look at Marcus Lawrence. Was actually about half a second up there, I believe, but must have lost most of it through that last sector, so shame for Marcus Lawrence, but he is going to end up in P6. One more car that is on a lap and is improving. Well, was Zanfrescu, but he invalidated his lap, so that will end the qualifying session. We are going to take a short 5-minute break here, and then we will come back to you with a full grid rundown. But yeah, very surprising grid today. Definitely Joshua Lace on there taking pole, very surprising there, but very well done. And Liam Anderson right behind him. So yeah, that's a bit of a change up from seeing Vincent and Marcus there. But yeah, we will be back in about 5 minutes, and in the meanwhile, you can grab a drink, grab maybe a snack, and we will be right back with you. Alright, welcome back everybody to the PCDC ACC League here at round 3 at Suzuka. Not Suzuka, sorry, Barcelona. Getting the tracks a bit mixed up there as our cameraman is trying very hard here to get Joshua Layson in shot. Does in the end. But yeah, it's the full grid rundown here at a very wet Barcelona. Layson in first, very nicely done with a 51-0. Then Mats Linum Andersen is once again just sitting in the pit. I don't know if his car has bugged out or what has happened to him, but yeah, unfortunately still in the pit there, I think. So Vincent Erbrich in third, Denesi in fourth. Let's see here, Jordan Wansink in fifth in the Porsche, so really nice qualifying session for Jordan there. Marcus Lawrence actually a bit disappointing here in sixth, but I'm sure during the race he will make that up. Jasper Smelt in seventh, Ila in eighth, Hughes in ninth, Van den Hudding in 10th, Hawa in 11th, Arnsman in 12th, Milan Hak in 13th, Smith in 14th, Jaco Ikonen in 15th, Nergish in 16th, Van Laar in 17th, Bonen in 18th, De Boer in 19th, Ryan Daniels in 20th in the Bentley, Kozarik also a Lambo in 21st, Nijhoff, one of the racers that is doing his debut today, I believe, in 22nd, Damfirescu in 23rd, 24th will be Erdmann, Nelson Rowley in 25th, Hill in 26th, 27th is Fonseca, and then we have Chris Thornton to round off the grid. So 28 cars starting today, and well, it's definitely going to be exciting. The rain always causes a bit of mayhem and a bit of an unknown factor. But we will see here all the cars starting to bunch up. Don't worry about them phasing through each other. This is an ACC feature. They're perfectly fine doing that, but you will see them going in pairs of two. And then they will bunch up, run to the line, and they will get a green light as they come up to the line. So let's see here, as Joshua Layson is gonna lead us into turn one. There we go, green light for round 3 of the GT3 League, the PCDC GT3 League, and Joshua Layson has a very nice start that can head into turn 1 on his own. Vincent Erbrich on the inside is already gonna try a move, I believe, but is not gonna manage here as we see. Let's take a look at the rest of the grid here. Oh, we have a spin there. Milan Hak, I think, spinning in the middle of the track, is trying to clear the track. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, Jordan Wansink there as well going off. Don't quite know what happened there. He is going to get his car turned around, but that will demote him somewhat to the back of the field, I think. No one's coming through, or nearly the back of the field. As the grid is sorting itself out, Joshua Layson under a lot of pressure here. And I hear someone running wide into the gravel. But this fight up here is quite exciting, so we're gonna see here as Layson is able to stay ahead of Vincent Erbrich for now. Obviously, Layson will have to get his tire pressures up to spec a little bit. And side by side here, Jesse Smith with, I think that is Hawa. Ooh, big spin there. Nijhoff goes off into the barrier. What a shame there. As we said before, these are going to be tricky conditions to do 60 minutes in, but Jesse Smith is doing a good job here. Leader in the AM class for now, with Hawa right behind him there. And then meanwhile, Josh Layson is doing good so far, as him and Erbrich are creating a little bit of a gap here. And Layson will surely want to be just drawing out that gap a little bit more, secure himself from a possible move on the inside from Erbich, but doing a good job so far. And as we see behind here, Danesi and Lawrence in a big battle here. Danesi trying to hold on to that third spot for now. Has a little bit of a train forming behind him, so not having the greatest of time at the moment. Again, some of these drivers will have to get their tire pressures up to scratch, and some of them might have done a better job getting them up to pressure on the warm-up lap. So that can really make a big difference in pace. But Danesi holding on for now, doing a good job. Take another look here with Jesse Smith. And feel free, Yessa or Jesse, if you see the stream, to let me know how to pronounce your name. Is it in the Dutch way or in the English way? Yeah, has Howard there right behind him. Howard had a bit of a setback during that first phase. I think he qualified in 7th or 8th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, a bit of a setback for him. Good so far, though. Actually, ooh, bit of a battle here still going on there with Vincent Erbich and Layson. Ooh, small tap on the rear of Layson there. These guys are going hard here at the start. Maybe with this battling, it might be best that Layson tries to somewhat back up Vincent Erbich into the cars behind. Because it looks at the moment he might not be able to beat Vincent on pace alone here. But we will have to wait and see how tire degradation comes into change. So a tiny bit of a change as well in the pit strategy. I told you before the race started that there was going to be a mandatory pit stop with a tire change. But it seems that something went slightly wrong on our side, and tires are not mandatory for this race anymore. Normally they are, but something in the settings messed up. So that means that our drivers will literally just have to come into the pit, raise the car onto the checks, and they can head off again. So it will just be a very short pit stop. It won't matter too much, and we will see our drivers using up their tires, their wet tires, up until the end. Layson, very good job so far. Still holding on there. We have Hawa now, who got past Smith, and I am wondering, because I might see here, but Liam Anderson, for some reason, he is showing up on the relative, and it does show him as active, and he is putting lap times in, but for some reason I can't see him. So I don't quite know what's going on with him. I can see he's running laps, and he's actually putting lap times in, but yeah, very weird bug there. Coming onto the straight now, Joshua Layson has Vincent Erbich right behind him. And now it's see which car has some good top speed here. And McLaren with the slipstream there is able to hold on there. Very nicely done from Vincent Erbich. Is going to get that move done, but Josh Layson isn't ready to give that up, and he is going to try and hold on here. Let's see here if he can hold on. The biggest thing now for Josh, I think, is holding on throughout this lap here and trying to get inside that slipstream, because I do believe the Audi might be a slightly bit better on top speed than the McLaren. But you can see straight away here, Vincent trying to gap that Audi. Josh running a bit wide there. But, hasn't compromised his exit there. But we still have quite a big front pack here, about 6 cars running together. Hawa and Lawrence there right behind Layson. And then we have the likes of Jasper Smelt and Ruben van den Hudding also on the back there. But yeah, very exciting stuff here. Let's again take a bit of a look back, a bit further back here, as Simon Tolnen is fighting with, is that Chris Thornton? No, he's fighting with Max van Laar. As they go side by side there into that tricky corner, and Simon Tonen holding on there on the inside, but surely Van Laar could be coming back as they run side by side here, going into that big braking zone. Van Laar early on the brakes and is going to get overtaken by Zanfrescu now. Zanfrescu taking advantage there of the battle between Tonen and Van Laar there, and actually manages to slip through. Very nicely done. Meanwhile now, this is not looking too great for Leysen, so initially showing very good pace, but maybe starting to drop off here, although he might be on a personal best, Leysen, so if he can actually challenge Vincent Erbrich maybe a bit further down the line, as we will see how the tires hold up. But this front pack here is already coming up to a back marker, I believe. Let's go back here, because this seems interesting. We have the likes of, what is it, Nijhoff? Is he involved in this? No, Nijhoff had his crash at the start, but it's Thornton, Daryl Hill, Simon Tonen, Lucien Zanfrescu all in this battle, as someone has to evade there. Who was that? Not Miguel Fonseca. Was running on his own. I'm trying to figure out who that was. Chris Thornton in the Mercedes had to take evasive action into the gravel there. Might have misjudged. Ooh, a big spin there, and Thornton will be able to take advantage of that one. Ooh, a bit of a tap there between those guys, but big spin there, and 3 cars involved in that one, as Zanfrescu now edges ahead of Thornton. And they will have a much smoother run now. Let's take another look here as the Nacy is running down the front stretch and has Marcus Lawrence right behind him. Does look like the Bentley has some overspeed here. The Nacy doing a good job there, outbraking the Bentley. We do have a car there on the right. Is that Miguel Fonseca possibly? No. I'm taking guesses here of who that could be. Another Mercedes, maybe Ikonen. Not sure. Yeah, Ikonen is just parked up there as he returns to the pit. So Ikonen not the best of times here today. I think is going to retire to the pit. So very unfortunate to see. But meanwhile here, Jordan Wansing trying to recover. Had that initial spin, I think. I'm not sure if he got into any contact at the start. But is trying to make his way back up to the front, running 52, mid-52s at the moment. And is just slowly trying to crawl his way back up to the front. And he is faster than the 5 or 6 cars in front of him at least. So let's hope he can put a bit of a recovery drive on towards the front again. Meanwhile, at the front, Vincent Erbrich has now completely taken control over the race, and once he got past Leysen there, as we know, as Vincent usually does, he starts streaking away. It's the only opportunity you usually have with Vincent is if you start in front of him. Then you have a fighting chance, but as soon as he gets in front of you, you're pretty much done. Not doing a very nice job here, but regardless, Leysen in second place, you know, doing a very good job here today, and is keeping the Nacy fair, I think. Not much difference between these guys in terms of pace, I believe. So yeah, the Nacy and Leysen, very nice job so far. And then Marcus Lawrence following a bit behind them in 4th place. now have Jordan Wansink here catching up to Mark de Boer. Jordan Wansink will of course be looking to get past de Boer as fast as possible. Let's see here if he is able to. Not quite. The Porsche very capable in the wet. Also, it helps a lot that the Porsche is very good on the brakes, as Wansink there runs a bit on the grass. Compromises his line a lot. Get a fast right-hander again. Are they side by side? De Boer is gonna leave space. Wansink, let's see here as they run into the hairpin. Side by side here, we do have a car behind them, being Simon Vozarik, I believe. Whoa! That was interesting. That looked like Layson's car taking a trip across the track there. I'm not sure what happened, but it looked interesting, that for sure. I think that was a disconnect from Layson. You gotta be kidding me. Happens quite a lot with Layson. With Josh. I think, yep. So Josh Layson has disconnected, which is a real shame, as he was doing so good. But now here de Boer and Vozarik. Wansink has gotten past de Boer and is now increasing that gap dramatically. Yeah, a bit of a shame there for Josh, because he was really doing well. And in about 30 or so minutes, if you look at the top right there at the weather indicator, it does seem like the rain is gonna ease up a little bit, but it is still gonna be medium to heavy rain. So yeah, not gonna change anything strategy wise, I think. But you know, we might see some faster times towards the end of the session then. And Marcus Lawrence here. He's trying his best to catch up to the Nacy, but now has Ruben van den Hudding behind him, and it does seem that Ruben has a bit more pace here, as Lawrence does seem to be struggling with the Bentley in the wet here around Barcelona. And van den Hudding actually very optimistic move on the inside, and I don't know how he got the traction there, but very nicely done. Very nice move by van den Hudding. Moves him up in third position. But that was very unexpected, very unorthodox place to do an overtake. But yeah, very nicely done, and will instantly gap Marcus Lawrence by quite a bit. Meanwhile, up here in 6th place, we have Masi Chila with Thomas Arnsman running behind him. And Masic doing a good job in the Honda. My only question will be, is gonna be, will the Honda actually be able to hold on its tires? Because we have seen in the past with the likes of Vincent Derbrick and Jordan Wansink and Marcus Lawrence, when they ran the Honda last season, it did seem that after a while the car would drop off severely in pace, and those rear tires on the Honda would actually start to give up about 30 to 40 minutes in. But that was of course before they brought in the ooh, Masi there touches the curb on the outside, has a big spin. Stop the car, careful. Okay, good job. Oh man, let's see if we can take a look at that one again. But yeah, the Honda, not the ideal car in the wet, that's for sure. See here if we can actually, and then look here. So here, let's see, he touches the outside curb here, and that just instantly sends him into a spin. Good that no one got involved in that one. But yeah, curbs obviously very deadly in the rain. Masic will be looking to avoid hitting those again. But yeah, so far so good. It seems that the grid is splitting up a little bit here and there. People are starting to form gaps. Everyone is starting to run their own pace. Yeah, it would be like you say in the chat, I think Josh is another one of those guys that has had a lot of issues with disconnects. I'm not sure if it always happens for him, if he has like a lot of races where it happens, or if it's only with us. But yeah, he's had a lot of unfortunate disconnects. Another little fight developing here is between Ryan Daniels in 10th place with Nergish behind him. If you pay close attention, you can... Ooh, Nergish there running very wide into the grass. But if you pay a bit of attention, like I was gonna say, is that you can see somewhat of a dry line that is developing on the track, seeing as there has only been rain today. The drivers will try and run on that line if let's say we went from an optimum track in the dry to transition to wet, you would see the track becoming greasy and maybe drivers electing to kind of stay off of the normal dry line and run wet lines a bit more. But seeing as we haven't had a dry session, there has been no rubber that has been formed on the track, and the drivers can just run the normal racing line and they should be fine. Heading onto the back straight here, let's see here, Balint Nergish. We know that Lexus is very strong on the straight. He's gonna try and move up the inside. Let's see here, Ryan Daniels just edges ahead there. It's gonna be very hard breaking off line into turn 1. But Daniels doing just enough there to hold on. Nergish with a nice gotta get a closer look there. Yeah, a bit of a... looks to be somewhat of a camo. Maybe... Oh, that could be the PCDC pattern that we have, but then in gray. A nice golden and black in there as well. The golden beast there, like we can see. That almost looks like a Belgian number plate he has on the back, which is a bit odd. Yeah, very nice job from Nergish, just outside the top 10 for now, but is looking to challenge Raz Daniels, or Ryan Daniels, as soon as he can. Meanwhile, we can take another look here at the front. Vincent Airbrick just, well, streaking away now. The only competition he had early on in the race was Joshua Layson, who's obviously disconnected now. A real shame. That has, you know, I don't want to say gifted the race to Vincent, because he has very strong pace, but definitely removed any kind of resistance that he has. So the only thing that he'll be fighting today is gonna be the weather conditions. I'm afraid. Yeah, good job so far from Vincent. Further back here we have Milan Haq still fighting with Mark de Boer, I think. I think Milan, if I'm not mistaken, qualified first in the AM category, but has dropped back. I think he had that spin into, I want to say it was turn 1, which caused a couple of cars to take evasive action, and I think he got a bit of damage as well in the process, but is trying to slowly make his way up again towards the front. And yes, Smith doing a fairly good job as well. Just running his own race at the moment. Does have Jordan One-Sink behind him now. Jordan quite a bit faster, about 1.5 seconds between these two drivers. So I'm sure Jordan is looking for an opportunity to pass soon. You can just see, even though it says the rain is going to let up a little bit, it's pouring down. Very tricky conditions here for drivers. You just see as well how well the Porsche carries its speed through the corners in the wet. Obviously, the McLaren will create a little bit of distance on the straight because Porsche isn't exactly the greatest on the straight. Actually one of the worst cars, I think, but makes all that time up in the braking and in the corners. So very much similar to the KTM, I think, in GT4s. But at least the Porsche has somewhat of a decent engine. The KTM doesn't. Jordan One-Sink here looking for that move. And he's come right up to the back of Smit. Smit now under a lot of pressure, that's for sure, with Jordan One-Sink. Ooh, has to be careful on those curbs. See here as they go through this middle sector again. I'm sure Jordan might be looking to try something into the hairpin. Here, if he can get a good run behind Smit, he is going to move to the inside, show his nose, but not enough there. Again, braking offline is going to be very tricky in these conditions. Does manage to get some good traction out of there, but not enough. Very good run again, shows his nose, not going to get by. Smit doing a good job holding himself together. Ooh, bit of pressure there as I said that. Definitely a bit of a jinx. Commentator's curse, of course. And is now going to give up the position, which seems fair enough. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but yeah. So the pit window has opened. This means our drivers will have 10 minutes as shown in the top of the screen. 10 minutes to pit. And as mentioned before, there will be no mandatory tire change here today. I'm not sure if the tires do last for 60 minutes in the rain. I do believe so. But I don't think we'll see anyone changing tires. But it will be interesting to see who comes in when. Farescu already electing to come into the pit. Same with Van Laar and Thornton. As we go back here to Ryan Daniels and Nirgesh. Still running very close together here. As we come to the fast right-hander onto the back straight. Nirgesh there running a bit on the curb, I think. Lost a bit of time there. And Jordan now closing up to the back of Ryan and Nirgesh. So this is going to be very interesting three-way fight here to get inside the top 10. Let's see if we can look here at One-Sink again. The one catching up to both of them. Yeah, Josh, it's really a shame to see you drop out. It seems that you have a lot of issues with your connection. It's a real shame because you're putting yourself in some really nice positions most of the time. Because I think it's not the first time you disconnected, I'm sure. And more and more people coming into the pit now. And This is where it gets interesting, of course, to see how the pit stops work out. Even though our drivers don't have to change tires or add any fuel, it's still going to be interesting to see how this all pans out, because a good pit stop can really gain you quite a lot of time. If you played ACC before, you know, once you come up to your pit box, as Smith there gets a 30-second stop and go, this means he's gotten a pit violation. So either he sped into the pit or sped out of the pit. And that is going to have given him that 30-second stop and go, which is pretty detrimental to his race, as he isn't first in the M class. So shame for Smith there. Wansink now catching up to the back of Daniels. And of course, Njergesh was in between them two. Njergesh already electing to pit, but like I was saying, in ACC, you have to be very precise with your pit stop once you go into the box. Because, well, a bad pit stop can cost you 3 to 5 seconds at least. Because it means the game tries to lift your car up, and if you're not in that very narrow range, pit crew kind of drags your car across the surface and then only lifts it up. So yeah, in my opinion, that's something they should still look into changing. Right now it just feels the pit crew is a bit too lazy to walk an extra 10 centimeters. But yeah, Wansink coming into the pit there, and I think he's already gonna get going again. That looked like a very good pit for Wansink. Looked right on there. And let's see, and he is actually gonna overtake Daniels that way. Like I said, pit stops make a big difference. And we'll see now. Where is Daniels here? Ryan only coming out now, so again, like I said, I think Ryan lost an easy maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds there by just not nailing the pit stop. This has meant that Wansink has gotten out in front of him, and by quite a margin. But most of the lower half of the field has pitted now, and we're only waiting for the top 5 now to pit. Vincent Airbrake does seem happy so far to keep running. Has about 5 minutes left on the pit window, and seems very happy running his race right now. Obviously, he is in clean air. His tires are up to pressure, I assume, so he is in a very comfortable position where he can just, you know, keep pushing, keep extending that gap, and just running clean air, which is a very important part as well. But interesting will now be Njergesh there. Actually, with that pit stop, still managed to get out in front of Wansink, so has gotten a pretty good pit stop, but Wansink already putting him under pressure. Wansink with really good traction there is gonna try up the inside. Balint does try to leave some space there, but it is hard in this third sector to go side by side. And we'll see now here what the difference is between these cars. So you can see Porsche a lot of speed out of that corner, but now you will see the Lexus starting to pull. This is where the Lexus makes up a lot of times on those straightaways. You can see even in the slipstream, the Porsche is struggling to keep up with the Lexus there. So Balint, Njergesh doing a good job so far. Wansink is a bit wide there, I believe. And again, a little bit of distance there between those two. And Miguel Fonseca also picked up a 30-second stop and go. That's a real shame. Donen and Nijhoff are also coming into the pit. See here. Ooh, it does seem like someone missed their pit there. Who was that? Not sure. I think that was Thornton. But Donen will get out now. I think also one of our new drivers. Debut race maybe. So hanging in there for now. I think for now this is the most interesting battle we have here on track. Gonna stay on there for a little bit. One Sync still on that back bumper of Nirgesh. Again, gets that better traction on the inside, I think, One Sync, and is gonna try up the inside now. Again in Sector 3. Ooh, Nirgesh runs offline there. He's gonna have picked up a lot of rain there on the side, a lot of puddles there on that side, so yeah, that has thrown it off, and that means One Sync is now up into P9. And you can see there Ryan Daniels in the background is, let's see, how many seconds is he behind? He's about 5 seconds behind there. But yeah, like I said, a pit stop can cost you a lot in ACC, and for Daniels today it has cost him quite a bit. Positions, pretty much. Does seem like Nirgesh isn't quite done with fighting and is trying to catch up back to Jordan here in front. But Smelt here, I think, has let Daniels pass, if I'm not mistaken. He's gonna try and use Daniels to try and catch up a little bit, perhaps, or maybe Smelt isn't quite up to pace with Daniels. That being said, Vincent Erbrecht has also made his pit. Liam Anderson here, still chilling in the pit. He is now actually, not only has his wheels gone, but there is damage on the car, so I assume he crashed out somewhere. Even though I've literally not been able to see what he has been doing during this race because his car is bugged.
Window is now closed.
Or has he raced at all? I'm not sure. This time it still says he's going around, so I'm quite unsure about what's happening to the Mats at the moment. But yeah, Vincent doing a good job. Pit window has closed. Vincent on his first proper lap again after his out lap. And Denesi still in second with Lawrence behind, Arnsman in fourth, and Hila to round off the top 5. As we're coming up to Sector 3 here, I think it is a perfect time, seeing as everyone has pitted, to get a lap on board here with our leader being Marcus Lawrence. And we're just going to enjoy the engine for a bit and a smooth lap around a wet Barcelona.
I'll get my tiny violin out for you.
Yeah, you should. Alright, then I'll go into pits. I'm gonna end the race then if nobody can see. But I see all the other guys. Is there anyone close to me now?
I think one could see everyone can interact with him. I think it can be easy to get one.
Yeah. I see everybody else because I've understood it now that nobody sees me because everybody keeps punting me. I started from P2 and I didn't realize why first lap 3 different guys punting me out. But I'll just finish and stay away from everybody because I'm in a gap where nobody else is. Is that fine? Alright, then I'll just do that. Just stay away from people. It sucks, man.
Alright, we were just solving a bit of a technical issue there, so it does seem like Matt is invisible for most people on track, and he was actually getting hit by other people. So a lot of people can't actually interact with Mats on the track, but his car does seem to be able to interact with the other people, so... Yeah, really a shame for Mats here. But, this is a very strange bug. First time we've seen this one. Yeah. Big shame for Mats there, as I think he was doing pretty well, but... hard to tell where he was running. In the meanwhile, it does seem like Smelt has gotten past Daniels again for P10. Very nicely done from Smelt, and let's take a look here. Sebastian Erdmann, I haven't featured him yet today, but is at the moment the lead running AM driver. But he does have someone behind him that is gonna hunt him down, being Milan Hak in that second position of the AM category. But Erdmann doing a very good job so far, has Hawa behind him. Hawa not having the best of races, it seems. It seems to be struggling in the wet. And, yeah, hopefully can have a better race next time around. I think both of the AOSP guys last round had a very good round. I think both had a podium. I think, not mistaken, Denesi did in the end get his, lost his podium because of a penalty, which was a real shame to see. But, you know, on the day itself, they both finished on track, which was really nice to see. Finished on a podium on track, I wanted to say. But yeah, Hawa now getting past Erdmann, will run in clean air here, and Milan Hak there is gonna try and catch up to Erdmann to claim that first position in the category. Now here, Thomas Arnsman has Masic Hila here. Hila seems to have caught up quite a bit in the pits, and just on pace alone, actually. You can see that the rain has eased up a little bit. Ooh, Arnsman there, big mistake. And Hila here is gonna run side by side. The Honda very good on the straight, and they'll run side by side into turn 1. On the outside, Hila is gonna try. There's gonna be, ooh, bit of a tap there between the two. Hopefully no love lost. But Masic actually looking quite fast here. As Arnsman, his fastest lap was a 51.9, and Hila actually running a 51.5, which is a very competitive time in the Honda, I think. And, let's see if his tires can hold on for another 17 minutes. I thought a bit of a battle developing here, but it is just, I believe, Denesi who is lapping Neyhoff. So Neyhoff also had that big spin-off, if I'm not mistaken. And isn't just now trying to recover a tiny bit. Oh, very strange there. Bit of an incident there between Denesi and Nijhoff. It's a difficult one to judge what happened there exactly. But yeah, Nijhoff's just trying to complete his race here today, and will surely be looking ahead to the next round to try and redeem himself. Let's take a look here at Van den Hudding. Not sure actually what happened to him. Must have had some issues along the way. I'm not quite sure. He is running very fast though. Van den Hudding running 51 flat, and has managed to get into the 50s. He is pretty much running faster than everyone in front of him, except for Vincent Erbrich. And actually, looking at Vincent's last lap, the pace of Van den Hudding is very similar. So in these last 15 minutes, Van den Hudding is actually running about a second or so faster than the cars in front. So he has a good opportunity here to get up to, well, if he makes quick work of the cars in front, he could actually have a fighting chance, I think, to get maybe P4. Gonna be tough, but if he keeps moving like this, he has a good shot. But yeah, if something, I don't quite remember where he was running beforehand, so I'm not sure if anything happened to him. Might have just had a bad pit stop. Let's see here. Is there anything else going on? Doesn't seem like it. One of the closest cars we have right now is Jasper Smelt with Ryan. Is it Ryan Daniels? I'm not sure. Also have a car behind him, but I'm not sure who that is. It's a Mercedes, probably a lapped car. Nothing really happening there. And another car here, Hilot doing a very good job here, pulling away. Or wait, what happened there? I thought he was oh yeah, he's trying to catch up to Arnsman after they had that little bit of contact. So trying his best here to catch up again. Then we are looking here behind. You can see here Ruben van den Hudding actually catching up to these two. And I wouldn't be surprised if he makes quick work of both 5th place being Hilla and 4th place being Arnsman. Because he is running extremely fast at the moment. Just running consistently 51s flat. So yeah, doing a very good job here, Van den Hudding. Oh, he was running 3rd before? Yeah, must have had a spin of some sorts, I guess. He must have had a spin somewhere. That's the only viable explanation I could see, because he wouldn't lose that much time in the pits. He was up in 3rd. Let's take another look at the top 3 here. So Vincent Erbrich, I mean, is just miles ahead of the rest of the field, 20 seconds to 2nd place here of Denesi, as Denesi now comes across the line into turn 1. And then we have another quite big gap to Marcus Lawrence, but Denesi again performing really well here today. A bit of a highlight, I think, for him. Obviously had a bit of luck turning his way with some disconnects, but yeah, doing a good job so far. And, about 12 minutes remaining here for Denesi to get that 2nd position and get the silverware. Another car here. Jordan One Sink, I think, is somewhat trying to catch up to Hughes, but he's gonna have to push hard if he wants to catch up here. Make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. Yeah, good job so far. Yeah, the rest of the battles have seemed to petered out a little bit here, which of course is a bit of the nature if we have a wet race. Obviously, a lot more trying for our competitors, and you see a little bit more difference in pace than you would see in a dry race. It's obviously not a lot of people like wet races, and I do personally enjoy wet races a lot. But yeah, very tricky, very tricky. So 2 cars here that are relatively close together. Sanfrescu with Tonen behind him. Looking at some lap time, Sanfrescu's last lap, which would have been with a little bit of a mistake, was a well, actually no, that's about his pace. He's running 54s, or ran a low 54, struggling a bit in the wet here. And the car behind him of Tonen, last lap was a 52, so about 2 seconds that Tonen has on Sanfrescu. And let's just go on board with Tonen for a little while here, because and that Lambo does sound good. And Sanfrescu is actually going to let him pass there. But Tonen, I think for a debut race, also very nice job there within the top 20, and he just ran his own race, doing a good job. Tricky in the Lambo as well, I think, in the rain. Meanwhile, Robbie Hawa has made his way up to 14th again. Slowly but surely, but with 8 minutes remaining. Doesn't have a lot of time to work anymore, as we'll see about 5 more laps and out. But Masic Hila now here. What I was talking about, Ruben van den Hudding has caught up to the back of both Hila and Arnsman, and is looking a lot faster here. Right on that bumper as he moves to the outside. Ooh, bit of a tap there, I think. Very optimistic from Ruben there. I think he should have left a bit more space. Let's take a look at that again. That was a weird one. Go to the heli cam for this one. Obviously, everything going well here. You can see Van den Hudding taking a very different line there, getting a way better exit. Then goes around the outside and into this next corner. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it does seem like Ruben just turned in a bit too early there, I believe. Didn't leave enough space for the car next to him, but again, 7 minutes to go, and Van den Hudding has the pace to just get by these two. He just has to time that move a bit better, and he can make short work of them. Matic also still trying his best here to get past Arnsman. He had a bit of a run-in a bit earlier on, but Hilla's still trying to get up onto the back of Van den... not Van den Hudding, from Arnsman. And ideally for Hilla here, he would want to get past Arnsman and hope that Arnsman holds up Van den Hudding a little bit. Comparing the laps here, last lap of Arnsman was a 51.9, last lap of Hilla was a 51.8, and Van den Hudding was a 52.7. Obviously Van den Hudding had a little bit of a run-in with Hilla, but Van den Hudding was actually running 51 flats before that, so almost a second faster than the two guys in front. So yeah, he's gonna look to make that move still, and they are about an equal distance away from each other now. Hilla does seem like he just doesn't have that little extra bit he needs to catch up to Arnsman. When he's within that half a second, it just seems a bit too hard at the moment to catch up. Yeah, this is where the big battle is going on. Battle for fourth here. You can just see Van den Hudding how much more speed he takes into those corners, how much more stopping power he does seem to have as he comes around the last turn here. Here, if the Ferrari has anything on the straight compared to the Honda. Doesn't seem like it. Van den Hudding is going to show his nose, but too far away. Ooh, and again, Hilla just very slow through that long right-hander here. And Van den Hudding surely will try to make a move here somewhere. Again, just a tiny bit too far away. Yeah, Hilla maybe starting to struggle a little bit on the tires here with the Honda. Van den Hudding is gonna show his nose to the inside. Does he have a better run? No, doesn't seem like it. Has to get out of it. They run onto the back straight here. For that big braking zone heading into the hairpin. And if anywhere, is Van den Hudding gonna try something? No, still sticks behind. And now the both of them are onto the back of Arnsman there. 3 minutes to go. 2 or maybe 3 laps depending on the leader here. Van den Hudding looking antsy now, and he has to time this right if he wants to do something. Ooh, that was always gonna go wrong. Perhaps Hilla off. Hilla will get running again, but yeah, it's a shame to see that fight ending that way between them two. Not sure if that was the right call by Ruben there. But he will now catch up to the back of Arnsman, I'm sure. And yeah, just see, look how much more speed Van den Hudding can take. You might see the move happening here. He's gonna show his nose to the inside. Can't outbrake the Merc. Ribbon out right onto the back here of Aronsman. And this will be a shootout between these two. And I'm just looking at the lap counter. This is gonna be the last lap, I believe. Yes, it's gonna be the last lap here, I believe, for our drivers. But we'll see here. I'm not hitting now. Very good run onto the straightaway. Right behind Aronsman here. Aronsman has to go defensive, has to cover that inside. And surely he's gonna push him out a little bit here. He is gonna try to. Let's see here, into turn 1, side by side. Ooh, bit of a squeeze there, but tricky in the wet conditions. Van den Hudding getting a very good line through to the next corner though, which will surely compromise Aronsman once again. Both running wide there, both with a little bit of a slap of oversteer. As they are both starting to feel the pressure now. 30 seconds remaining. And, I think, yeah, Vincent Erbich is gonna just come across the line, I am sure. I do want to show him coming across the line, of course. Comes into the last sector. I will believe it's the last lap. Let's see here. Let's see as he comes across the line. Is it going to be an extra lap?
Leader has finished the race.
No, he has finished. So, battle here again. Aronsman and Van den Hudding. Ooh, Van den Hudding just backs out at the last second there. Good run through the hairpin. Oh! And runs into the back of Aronsman. And that is actually gonna let Hila through again, so two very similar incidents there for Van den Hudding. I think has just misjudged both of his moves there, and I think he'll end up finishing in 4th on track, but yeah, I can't imagine it'll stay that way after the incidents are reviewed. So bit of a shame there. That's a slow Lambo there on the left. Who's that? Was that the Boer that I saw there? Oh no, has the Boer run out of fuel there with a lot of our guys finishing there. We have Lawrence finishing in 3rd, Danesi in 2nd, very nicely done. Hila in 5th, Aronsman in 6th. Is anyone gonna be sportsmanlike and push him across the line? Bit of a sad sight here. The Boer Ras Daniels coming through there. Some more cars. Hawa, Vozarik, Rowley, and Huck. And I believe the rest of our drivers. Take a look at 15th here. Rowley there. Now taking, and Huck also coming across the line, and this means that the Boer. Oh, is Milan gonna try? Oh no, I think he finished. So fortunately, it seems like that's gonna be a DNF for Mark de Boer. What a shame. Very sad sight there for the Boer. All right, let's see if we can get any interviews in. So firstly, have I don't know if Vincent Erbich is around. If he wants to possibly wants to give an interview, then can join me in here. Not a lot of people at the moment in the voice chat, so I'm just gonna thank everyone. I think we won't be doing any interviews today then, as it looks like not a lot of people are on the voice chat. So anyway, I do want to thank everyone for joining the stream today. I do want to also thank thank our partners, being Grid Finder. You can see in the bottom left there, Grid Finder is a great service if you're looking for a league to compete in. Obviously, preferably the PCDC league. You can find us on there as well. But yeah, any type of league you're searching for, whatever platform, whatever game or sim, you can find it on there. Also want to thank Simstrata to provide our servers and our website. Those guys do a great job as well. And with that being said, it has been a great race. Vincent Erbich takes the win here today, with the Nacy in second, and in third there was Marcus Lawrence. So that being said, I was Senna Stuffmail, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.